This Amateur Radio Roundtable is brought to you in part by Icom America. Hello, I'd like to say welcome to all of our viewers out there tonight, and hopefully we've got some new viewers to the show. This is Amateur Radio Roundtable, and I'm Tom Medlin, W5KUB. Hey, if you're new to the show, drop us a line in the chat room. Just give us your name and say you're new and where you're located. We always like to see who joins us each Tuesday. Our show tonight, actually, we've had a couple cancellations here due to a funeral. Riley was going to be with us tonight, but a funeral came up, and what's the word, Katie? We let him off tonight, right, for a funeral, right? Our show has a lot of benefits. You get all funerals off.
Yeah, and you just kind of, if you need the time off, it's Tom can be a pretty rough boss sometimes, but he can also be pretty flexible.
Well, anyway, Riley was going to be here, and also then Emmett was also going to be here tonight. We were going to talk antennas, but Emmett has a grandson that's been having some difficulties in the hospital. He's back in the hospital again, and I shot a note to Emmett and saying, hey, take care of him first. That comes first. We can always do an antenna show at any time. So we've got Rich Mollison with us tonight, and I'm sure Katie's got some interesting things that we're going to be able to talk about. And I'll tell you what we're going to do tonight. Probably we're going to open up the phone lines and make this a night again. On the nights where we have less content here, we're going to turn it around and make the show about our viewers and let them be a part of the show and call in. And I think they enjoy that, and we're starting to get a lot of calls. So, Katie, what have you been doing lately?
Oh my gosh, we've actually been doing some stuff lately, which is kind of fun. Hi, everybody in the chat room or anybody who's watching after the fact. We have actually had a couple of different things happening here. We've been working on getting our new 40-meter beam put together, and by we, I mean Dwayne, of course. And that thing is a beast. I forgot, we went down to Casper. We bought it from a friend of ours, and I think it was good 4 years ago. We got in the pickup truck, drove to Casper, which is 3 hours away, disassembled it, threw it in the back of the pickup, drove back home again, and it's been sitting in the yard ever since. Well, now that we've got the 100-foot tower, we finally have plans to put it up, and the kids are going to come visit in September over Labor Day weekend, so Dwayne and his son will be climbing the tower and putting that up there, and we're going to probably see if we can get N7QAX and W7ETR to come on over and help out as well, so we can have a team, because we've got to drop some of the wires and wire antennas in order to get that up there. It's quite a menagerie of antennas in our yard now. We also have a new satellite antenna. Oh, you had a question?
No, I was getting, my producer came to me and said Katie's mic was hot. But I've already fixed that, so I was ahead of the producer tonight. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Thanks for picking up on that, Kathy. I think it's just my big mouth sometimes. And then we're also working on our new satellite system. I think, last year when Sean KX9X came out here for our convention in Wyoming, he stayed with us, and then we drove all the way out to Cody and made pit stops all along the way, and even went up into Montana so we could make satellite QSOs from a variety of different grids. Well, that really, I'd always thought satellite communications would be kind of interesting, but after kind of being there, and we didn't participate, but just we're there, while he did it all, we're like, that's really kind of fun stuff, and started getting a little more connected with the amateur satellite community. And so we got some antennas. I think one of the ones we have up there, Chip actually built for SK7JA. And then we bought a used radio from a friend, and we have our 746 Pro 2 that we've had for ages, and it's been waiting to become part of the satellite station. So now we've got the corner over here is our new satellite area. We're just waiting for a power supply to show up, but we actually were able to hear a satellite and some stuff that was happening last night for the first time. So we've got the PST rotator and some other. Dwayne just left the room because he got a phone call. I can't remember the other bit of software, but it's really super cool. So we're really excited about being able to track these satellites and then actually start making some QSOs on there. We joined AMSAT as well, so now we got all kinds of good information, and I'm about 3 magazines behind reading to get caught up. Same thing with CQ. I've got a couple issues I'm still working on. I think I'm still reading the June issue, Rich, trying to get caught up through all the field day stuff. Got them, they're all stacking up. I need to just take a Saturday and read them. So we've had some good stuff happening, and our 20 meter and 15 meter beam has had some weather damage. We've had a lot of serious weather out here in Wyoming between wind, rain, hail. And so we're pretty sure we've got to get down and deal with the traps. So probably when we climb the tower, or if we can get a decent weekend, Dwayne will get up there and work on that antenna. So I've only been working on, playing on 80 meters lately, and really just for our local nets during the evenings and then on Sunday mornings. But last night, actually, after our net, I hung out a little longer and talked to NN7AA and then K0OJ down in Colorado. It was fun because I was thinking after I got off the air, I'm like, I haven't done that in a while, and I've kind of missed it. And I used to say I didn't really like to rag chew, but after doing that last night, I realized, I actually do that. And I think when you kind of take a little break from it for a bit, and then you do it again, you kind of remember, oh yeah, that is a lot of fun. I like, getting on and making some contacts and talking to some people. So that's kind of been our main thing. And while I've got your attention, if you haven't seen the news today from the ARRL, very exciting news I'm happy to share that the award winners are out, and my friend Ruth Kilo Mike 4 Lima Alpha Ocean is the ARRL Higher and Percy Maximum Award winner this year. Woohoo! Yay, Ruth! And we're actually going to have her on the show next week to talk about all the different things she's doing. She's a student at Kettering University this year, and as a member of, she's down from the Georgia area, goes to school in Kettering up in Michigan. And the Kettering Twitter account actually features Ruth quite a bit with all of her amateur radio activities, getting a club up and running there. So it's really been kind of neat to see the collegiate side of things where they've been supporting her activities and helping to promote amateur radio in an indirect way. And so I think Ruth is in the chat room, and I see a lot of people are saying congratulations to her. And we're just so happy that she could do that. And she's also very active with the AMSAT. I think I put a picture on Facebook earlier this year from her volunteering at the AMSAT booth. And so it's always great to see newer young ladies in the active and involved in ham radio, and to get this kind of recognition. She also was the Radio Club of America Young Ham. I'm sorry, Ruth, I probably got the wrong title for that, but she also won a big award earlier this year. So really exciting, and look forward to having her on the show next week to talk some more about all the different hammy stuff she's doing. So, yay, Ruth.
Well, it's going to be cool.
With that,
would she by any chance make it to Huntsville?
Ruth, you're in the chat room. Let us know. I can't remember. I think she's still down. She is in Georgia right now.
Yeah.
She has her schooling is like 11 weeks of classroom time and then 11 weeks of co-op. She's doing a double major in a couple of different engineering things that, I don't know, she's so smart, it's ridiculous.
Well,
but if she's going to be at Huntsville, I'll make sure she stops by and visits the booth.
Yeah, maybe we'll see her there, and that's cool. Congratulations to satellite. That's great. You're getting on. I worked satellite and the IS for quite a while, and then of course, after astronaut wore me out, 30 contacts in 1 month, and I said, this is getting old. I stopped working satellite and IIS. I figured it's time for other people to get a chance to work it in. But I am trying to get back on right now. I've just built my azimuth elevation antenna system to go out on the roof, and as soon as I can get some coax in, some low-loss coax, I'm going to put that up. Back when I was on satellite, there were some very easy to work FM satellites out there. I think AO50, some of the FM birds, and they went dead. And the sideband birds are a little difficult to work. The linear birds, you got to kind of follow that frequency, but you can get a lot more contacts on the same satellite at the same time.
Right.
So because of the bandwidth, but it was just a little bit more difficult to work. But we're setting like you. We're setting up a separate station over here with a TS2000 that we'll have connected to the satellite antennas. And also, that's our remote shack or remote base.
Okay.
radio that when we
Yep.
come in remotely, we'll connect to it. So we've actually had to add another little table in here, but it's all fun. Um, we have an HF net prior to the show on Tuesdays. We had about 20 people check in tonight. Pretty good
Oh,
signals.
great. That's
And
great.
I'm seeing there's several people in the chat room. I think Jeff says he wants to talk to you on HF. So you're going to have to probably join the net one night, or sometime when you're on, I can text Jeff and tell him you're on. I think he wants to make a contact with you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I totally forgot. Well, we were watching, I kind of I have a new guilty pleasure. It's called The Worst Chefs in America or Worst Cooks in America. It's a show from the Food Network. And tonight we were trying to squeak in the last of the last season we were just watching, and just as we were just about to the end, Ruth called, and so I haven't quite seen the end of it, and then I totally forgot to about the net, but I'm gonna add it to my timer on my phone so I remember, because I would like to get in on the net before the show. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we started at 5:30 Central Time on
Right.
Tuesdays. 5:30. That'd be a little early for you, right? 5:30. What's that? That's
No,
4:30.
that's fine.
4:30?
No, if it what time you do 6:30 your
No,
time?
5:30. It starts
Oh,
5:30
5:30?
to 7. That'd be what, 4:30 to 6 your time.
Right.
That
So
might be a little
somewhere in there.
early.
Yeah, I usually after I finish with work about
We,
5.
we
then
need
I
to set
pop
you up a
downstairs.
remote base so you can, work it
I could do
driving
that,
home
yeah.
or whatever. We'll work on it. By the way, guys, hey, the Pocket RXTX that I've been showing
Yeah.
on the show, Dan has come out with a new version with a lot of great new improvements, and he has posted it out there for us to download and try. So it's the new Droid version of Pocket RXTX. I haven't downloaded it yet, but if you just do a search for Pocket RXTX, you'll find it. If you want to download it and you can't find it, just contact me or in our Facebook group. Let me make a couple quick announcements. I didn't do this at the beginning of the show, but we want to welcome everybody out there that's listening on shortwave tonight. And I did post this in one of the shortwave Facebook groups tonight, hoping that some of the shortwave listeners will come over and watch the show. We've had several comment that we should be posting there, that they want to hear this. So we posted, and we're on the international shortwave station WBCQ on 5130 kilohertz out of Monticello, Maine. It's right
Yep.
up on the border. I think you can throw a rock into Canada, maybe. They're right up
Oh,
here
I
at
didn't
the
realize it
top.
was that north. Wow.
So anyway, if you're listening on WBCQ tonight, please send us a signal report. Let us know who you are. I'd love to hear from you. You can send a signal report to Tom, T-O-M, Tom at W5KUB.com. That's Tom at Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo.com, and we'd love to hear from you. So we've got our net, we've got shortwave going, we've got some new people in the chat room tonight. I think several people probably learned about it from the HF net tonight. Hey, we
Yeah,
got
I've seen a bunch
Huntsville,
of
we
new
got
calls in there. That's pretty
Huntsville
cool.
coming up real soon in about 2 weeks, and boy, I tell you, our booth is going to look different this year. I've been working with the Huntsville people, and we're going to actually have side curtains and a background curtains and a 16-foot booth, and we're going to make it look like kind of like we did in Dayton. We're going to make it look very much different than it normally looks at Huntsville. And if you make it to Huntsville, come by and see us. Get on the camera, talk to us way back home. So, Katie, we've got somebody special on the show tonight. Who we got, and what are we going to talk about?
Well, it's the end of the month, and that means that Rich W2VU is. I didn't bust your call now, did I?
You got it.
No.
No, you got
Okay,
it.
phew. I always worry about that. Rich Moses and W2VU from CQ Magazine is joining us for an update, and then we wrangled him into hanging out with us a little longer so we can talk all kinds of technical stuff. So welcome to the show, Rich. Nice to have you back. I think I missed you last month, so it was good to see you.
Well, it's good to see you all again, and always good to join you.
Well, we sure do appreciate it. So let's see. So it's the end of July. That must mean the August issue is about to come out.
That's right. The digital one will be live tomorrow.
Oh,
First of all, I want to congratulate Ruth on the Hiram Percy Maxim Award. And while we're talking about young people and ham radio, also want to announce that the Amateur Radio Newsline Young Ham of the Year, for which CQ is a sponsor, has just been announced. And that's Bryant Rascal, KG5HVO. He's from Montgomery, Alabama. He was one of the youth participants in the World Radio Sport Team Championship a couple weeks ago in Germany. He's also been on the Dave Coulter Memorial Youth DX Adventure to Costa Rica. Very impressive young man, and he was also at made a presentation at Carol Perry's Youth Forum in Dayton this past year, and I think Ruth was there last year. And Carol's Youth Forum is one of the articles that we've got in the August issue of CQ, and a description of each of the incredible young people that she has come and make presentations every year. This is her 31st Youth Forum, so
Wow.
the original young people are now out there scouring for additional young people to be joining. And just also want to make a program note for people to listen for ZS9 YOTA, Y-O-T-A, the week of August 8th to 15th. That's the Youngsters on the Air winter camp instead of summer camp this year because it's in South Africa.
Right.
And they will be operating their station there along with doing a whole lot of other things. And there's one U.S. ham who's joining them. That's Faith Hannah Lee, AE4FH. And so we're looking forward to that. And one of the things I mentioned in my editorial for August is that one of the first American young hams who participated in Youngsters on the Air several years ago was Sam Rose, KC2 LRC from Syracuse, New York. And he's in the process of trying to put together people and support for organizing a YOTA camp here in North America. And so if anybody is interested in being part of that and helping to provide ideas and support, I would encourage you to send Sam an email. His email address is his call sign, KC2 Lima Romeo Charlie at gmail.com, I believe. I'm just double checking here. Yeah, KC2 Lima Romeo Charlie at gmail.com. So we've got lots of good stuff going on with young hams.
That's great.
All around us. And of course, the Young Ham of the Year, the Newsline Young Ham of the Year award presentation will be at the Huntsville Ham Fest. And Tom, I believe you'll be podcasting that live.
We will.
Streaming live.
Yep. That's why I usually sit and get the timing right so I can watch it live, and it's always fun. And I think it's great. Mark and for BCD, from the chairman of the Huntsville Ham Fest, was on last week and told us that Carol Perry's going to be at the Huntsville Ham Fest this year doing her youth forum there. So that's going to be really exciting. This seems,
Great.
This time of the year is always exciting because there's a lot of energy and excitement around the young people that are getting awards, and where it's a great time to showcase the youth and what's happening. And really, I think it gives all of us some energy and invigoration. And I said to Ruth today, I said, I was reading the story on the ARRL page about all the things you've done. And I said, I feel very much, I feel so behind the eight ball with, like you're doing so much at such a young age. And it really inspires me to kind of get my butt back in gear and do some more and get more involved. I'm like, all right, if she could do all this at 19 and go to college and do a double major and all these ham activities, and I'm just, working a job and taking care of my 10 cats and my husband, I think I can manage to get a little more active with my ham radio stuff. So anyway, so tell us what else is going on in CQ this month.
In addition, our cover story is on VP2MKG, Mike Kilo Golf, operation from Montserrat, and it's titled Montserrat and the Tale of Three Contests. Really cool article about it's a vacation rental home that's so popular among hams that the owners who are not hams have installed a permanent tower and beam for all the hams who come to vacation and operate there. So it's very cool.
That's awesome.
And we've got the results of the 2018 CQ Worldwide 160 meter contest. And 160 is getting to be the place to be with the sunspot cycle starting to bottom out on us here. The upper HF bands are maybe a little less optimal for DX. But the low bands, 80, 160, are all cranking along much better than usual because of the low sunspot numbers. We've got a photo essay on the Dayton Hamvention in addition to the separate story on Carroll's Youth Forum. Lots of interesting pictures of stuff there. And one of my favorite titles for an article, VK4QS Mike Charteris wrote about his experience as a new contester in the 2017 CQ Worldwide CW contest, and he titled the article, Landing Whales on Wet String. So you got to read that one to see what it's about. He did a QRP. That gives you a hint. We've also got a great project article. You know, a lot of us have older rigs and older computers that still use RS-232 ports for communicating between the radio and the computer, even though a lot of the computers have kind of abandoned the RS-232. A lot of the rigs still have them, and a lot of us are still using computers that have them. And Lynn Bayless, K7FTP, has written a great article on building a breakout box for RS-232 cable to simplify debugging and making sure you've got all the right leads going to the right places. And so that's going to be a very useful article for a lot of people. We've also got a great piece by Ken Oki, E6AFO, on the 70th anniversary of the Quarter Century Wireless Association, QCWA, and the cruise that they did last year to celebrate it. So that's going to be a lot of interesting stuff there. Among our columns, a couple of highlights. Jeff Reinhardt, AA6JR, our Mobiling columnist, is writing about troubleshooting, which has become a real challenge in our computers on wheels these days, which basically most is what cars have turned into. And so troubleshooting radio problems in your car is quite a challenge, so he's there to help. Our antennas editor, Kent Britton, WA5VJB, is continuing his series on loop antennas. And VHF editor, Tony Emanuel, why do I keep forgetting his call? He changed his call several months ago, and I keep forgetting it. K8ZR has a really cool thing about the VHF reverse beacon network. There's an effort going on now to build a parallel reverse beacon network on VHF and UHF so that we can be alerted to band openings just on the VHF and UHF bands and seeing where things are open to. So that's a quick rundown of the highlights of this issue.
Wow.
We've got additional stuff, of course. We've got great columns every month, and but that's a brief rundown. So the digital edition will be live tomorrow for digital subscribers, and print edition will be in the mail as usual.
Right, that's great. And you guys will be down. Will you be at Huntsville?
I will
as
be
usual?
at Huntsville. Yep.
Great.
And
Yeah,
there will be three of us down there. Dottie, our ad manager and production manager, will be there.
Oh,
and
good.
Jason, my associate editor, will be there as well.
Right.
So we'll be there in force, and
Oh,
looking forward to it as always.
Oh, that's good.
And guess what? And guess what? CQ is giving away some subscriptions to CQ Magazine.
Oh, good.
That's prizes. Thank you, Rich.
Awesome.
Our pleasure. And if you can't wait until Huntsville to see if you win a subscription, you can sign up for one on our website at www.cq-amateur-radio.com. And we have our Summer Madness sale going on right now, so you can even save a few bucks.
Oh,
Well,
there you go.
cool.
And you can do digital or print or both, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, That's great. Hey, Rich, stick around with us the rest of the show, and we'll bring your skills and knowledge into it as we discuss different things. Okay, we're going to open the phone lines in a minute.
I'll do my best to make
And,
stuff
and
interesting.
stick around with us if you want
Perfect.
to. Hey, if you guys heard a big boom or two a minute ago, they're dropping them in real close out here right now. So it's the thunder's getting quite loud here.
Oh,
I thought maybe it would have interrupted when Rich was talking here. I don't know if anybody on the show heard it or not, but it was really, really loud. And that made me remember to go over and take the antenna off the radio.
oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Well, I thought I had a little topic I thought I'd bring up, and I'm not sure. I got an email from Dennis, Whiskey 8 Italy Tango Charlie, and he said to me, he says, I see from watching the show and Cures that it appears you guys have a fairly large antenna farm. Well, pictures can do wonders. We're not actually on a lot of land. We just have a lot of antennas. But he's wondering what we do to get the feed lines into the shack and if they're buried above ground and so on. He says, this could be a good topic to talk about because so many people, we talk about the fact that we spend a lot of money for what's inside the shack, but then something happens when we get outside that we may not do as good as we should. And I thought that was a really good point, Dennis, because our stuff is still laying on the ground since we moved in here, goes out to our towers, and some of it's been there long enough. It's starting to burrow itself in, but we keep talking every summer that we need to rent a trencher and get some conduit and bury everything properly. And we haven't done that. We really should for all the investment we put into our shack. And I think we've been lucky, but this past weekend, Dwayne was drilling yet another hole in the house, bringing the coax in for the new station for the satellite. So I got quite a pile of wires coming through. Am I getting in trouble for telling everybody you're drilling another hole in the house?
He's drilling another hole in the house.
Oh, he's doing it in the ledge, so it's not too horrible.
Ledger.
Oh, the
Yeah.
ledger.
The ledger between floors.
The ledger between floors.
So it come through the ceiling of the shack.
So it comes through the ceiling of the shack. But it
Well,
still
that's
looks
cool.
awful when you're standing outside watching him with this huge drill pushing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I think it's smoking. He's like, it's not smoking, that's dust. So I don't know. I just thought I'd bring that up and see if anybody in the chat room or if they call in and talk about what they've done, had any advice for anybody. It's a really good point that, we've been lucky that, when I'm out mowing the lawn, I haven't run anything over yet. Actually, no, I think I actually have run over something somewhere along the way, but
Well, Jeff,
I know
Jeff,
I ran over a hose once, but I think I've managed to avoid some of the antennas, but it is a challenge. Or if you have radials in the ground, how do you deal with that? I assume those eventually kind of just work their way in as well. I don't think you bury those. I don't know much about radials actually.
well, you can bury radials or you can leave them on top of the ground. But I mean,
Oh, okay.
you really don't.
But how do you
bring-
deal with
you
mowing the
don't-
lawn,
Well, you know the way I put my radios down, I took one of these gas-powered edgers. It's got the blade on it, and I just cranked that sucker up and ran it down the yard, and it cut a little strip about quarter-inch wide by 60, 70 feet long, and you just stick the
Right.
wire down in there and push the dirt back over it.
Oh, that's easy enough. That's
That
kind of what
way
we were
that
talking
way
about
you
doing.
got it under the grass and under the dirt and everything.
Right.
They
Did
also
you rent
make
that, or you had something like that already? Is that
No,
like
it's
something
just,
you rent
it's,
from there?
it's just a little gas edger that you'd edge your sidewalks with. You can probably borrow
I
one from
got
somebody.
a hand one. It's I use elbow grease. To
No, that wouldn't work too good. Also, people sell these little like clothespins that you can put over the wire and drive in the ground and hold it down in the ground, and eventually the grass will grow over it. And they say you won't trip on it or cut it with a lawnmower. But,
Right. Oh, I never heard of that. That's
hey,
kind of a neat
you know,
idea.
Oh man,
Huh.
you'll eventually cut it. Anyway,
Well,
yeah.
I hope not. I mean, we've lived here for like 7 years now and have managed to, not run anything over yet. And we keep adding more antennas and wire out there. So I'm just trying to see if anybody in the chat room had anything else to go
Yeah.
here.
I'm gonna put the phone number up here,
Okay.
and that way, if some people want to call in, they can call in and talk with us. Let me get that phone number up there.
Jeff says, get that window thing from Martin. Well,
yeah,
I don't really
we put
need
one
that.
in
'Cause
at
we've
his
got this
house.
spot.
And I deleted the picture tonight, but I showed it on the show last week, and
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
it works pretty cool. It actually has the feed throughs for the coax. You can ground it there. there's our number, guys. If anybody wants to call in and talk with Katie or me or Rich, give us a call. 901-286-1116. Hey, let me ask something. I had a couple teenagers that I hired to come help me this afternoon in the yard, and they found out about the show tonight. I just wonder if they're watching the show. So Reed and Logan, if you're watching tonight, you may not be in a chat room, but if
Or
you're
they may not
watching
have
tonight,
signed on with their name, but if they
let
are, hi
us-
guys.
What?
I said if they are there and they are watching, hi guys.
Yeah. All right. So we'll sit there.
Okay.
We're going to
Somebody
come
said
back
you could use an
tomorrow. I'll
electric
come back
knife.
tomorrow to finish up our job. But what's? Oh,
It says you're going to use an electric carving knife. That was a good one, Blair.
yeah. That might work. You'd have to put real fine wire in, though.
It'd end up looking like anything I try to carve.
All right, 901-286-1116. Call in and say hi to Katie and me, and join our show. Say hi to Rich. Oh, yeah. So the youth deals. It's going on right now down in Africa, right?
No,
It
not yet.
starts, it starts in a week and a half or so. Or
Oh,
a
okay,
week. It's,
okay.
August 8th through the 15th.
Okay. Let's. Who's on the phone?
Dawn, WA4YL from Florida.
Hi, Dawn.
Look at there.
Hi, Katie.
How are you?
All right, how are you?
Good. What's going on down in Florida?
Nothing, just been raining like crazy.
Yeah. Did you get your antenna put back up?
Yeah, antenna's up and running,
Excellent.
but bad conditions are nil.
All right.
Well-
So who is this on the phone? I didn't recognize.
This is Dawn is Whiskey Alpha 4 Yankee Lima. Another one
Okay.
of our YLs.
Yeah.
From the
okay,
YLRL.
Okay. All
and
right. Cool.
Another YL call sign.
She's down in Florida. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Is Chris
Yeah.
Chris hanging out with you tonight? And her
Yeah,
her
he's
OM
here.
Chris, what the heck is his call sign? Chris is my twin because we were both born on the same day and the same year, so we call each other
Hi.
twin.
Oh, that's cool.
So what's going on? Do you wanted to talk about tonight? Anything in particular?
Well, just about the bad conditions, and I haven't been doing much radio because of it, but I was running the IAU special event about a week or two ago, and that was good because the bad conditions were good for me. And over the weekend, I talked to somebody in Spain. He could hear me clearly, but I was like really struggling to hear him, but I got him.
Oh, good. Did you work
Yeah.
any of the WRTC competitors in the contest?
Well, I got a lot of HQ stations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what they all had. They had the
They're
three. They were all a
D8
one by
call
one.
signs. Yeah, they're the D8
That's right.
something.
Right.
Yeah,
One letter.
HQ.
stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the IARU HQ stations also. So that's always a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, I missed
Yeah, I
doing
work-
that this year. I think we weren't home maybe. Oh, I can't remember now. Oh, we were putting together our satellite station that weekend. So, and again, with having our tri-bander beam in disrepair, it's kind of a bummer right now. We're not getting on those bands, but that's what
Yeah.
happens. You gotta work on it.
Yeah, I
Wow.
hope it all works out for you.
Oh, it will. We just gotta find the time to make Dwayne climb the tower and fix it.
Yeah.
Us-
How tall is the tower?
That one's on our. Which one's that on? The 50-foot tower? It's on our 50-foot tower.
Wow.
So that one's not too bad. And then that new 40-meter beam I was talking about earlier in the show, that one's going to go up on the 100-foot tower. And that's when
What?
we got to organize that one for Labor Day weekend when we're going to have some extra muscle around. And it'll be a good excuse to throw some stuff on the barbecue and feed everybody. We always like, if you're going to make people work on the tower, you got to feed them too. So
Well, you do. That's a lot of work, and
it is.
It-
I think
you know-
that's why Bill comes over just so I feed him.
I had a tri-band beam up for 20 years. I never had a problem with it. So, but I guess if what's the saying, Rich? If it doesn't break or fall, it's not big enough, right?
That's right. And by the way, I want to correct myself on those call signs. They were not Delta 8. It was Y8 calls.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yep.
And in fact, because I've reminded that DXCC has probably done the same thing for our WPX award, we've restored Y8 to the active call sign list. It had been on the deleted call list because that was a prefix that was used in the old German Democratic Republic before the reunification of Germany. So it's the first time those calls have been used in quite a long time. So we've restored the Y8 to the active call sign list for our WPX award and honor roll.
Right. Oh, that's great. And you said there was this week or this coming month, was it the 160 meter awards going to be listed? I think.
The August issue will have the 160 meter contest results. Yes.
Okay. I can't remember if Dwayne, did you play in the 160 meter this year? No, he didn't play this year. Got to get some.
I got another call coming in. Let me grab it.
Oh, good. Great.
Real quick.
Thanks for calling in, Dawn.
You're welcome.
All right. Who's on the phone?
Hi, Tom. This is Russ, KG0BK.
Hey, Wes.
Hey,
are ya?
Russ.
Hey.
You know what? Russ checked into the net tonight, but Russ, you had a weak signal tonight, man. You were down in the noise.
Oh, I know I did. So I could see you. I've got one of those great antennas that when I pick up a signal at S3, I'm going to get out as an S3. If I pick it up as an S5, I'll get it out as S5.
Oh no!
I love that.
Are you saying?
But I knew I was going to be a little bit weak tonight. And,
So are you
thanks for having
saying?
me
Are
in
you
tonight, though.
are you saying I was an S3 also?
No, you were a real funny signal. You go from about an S4 to an S8, and then you stay in an S8 for about 15, 20 seconds, and you go down to the S7, 6, 5, 4, again, just real quick. It's just conditions of the band.
Oh yeah, yeah.
40 meters can be flaky like that. That's for sure.
Well, look,
yeah.
hey, let me just
Oh,
say.
what I wanted to
Yeah. Let me
Go
just
ahead.
say this, Russ. Riley's not on the air, not on here with us tonight. Yeah, I have to bring it up again. Russ is my pirate station in Iowa.
Oh, that's right.
Right, Iowa, right? Is it Iowa, Russ?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dubuque, Iowa.
Yeah, all right.
And I did transmit to you, but I didn't think you were probably going to hear it. I've tried to make it quick and say I'm not on my pirate station tonight. I'm on a legal station with a legal call sign. And then you went to somebody else and I lost you. But
Yeah, I wasn't
I
getting
did
all
say
that.
that.
You know, hey, it's funny. Riley was talking about that the other night. He said the FCC went to shut somebody down one time, and the pirate station was actually interviewing the mayor.
Yeah.
Well,
we never did that. We just sold advertising.
Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt the interview right now. That's
Don't
the
ever-
mayor.
Don't ever sell advertising on a pirate radio station.
Yeah,
That'll get you every
yeah.
time.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well,
my
I have
goodness.
to say this, Russ.
But what I want to say, Katie, well, we're talking antennas and such, and this has always amazed me with contests. You know, the bands are dead, totally dead. You listen to them a week and a half, and there's nothing on. Contest comes up, and everybody in the world is on, and you could make contacts like crazy.
Yep.
What happens is people are not listening. In the last week, we've had, I'm in the MicroBitX, I don't know if you heard of that, but MicroBitX group, and we have a group on Sunday night that meets on 40 meters. And I made 3 contacts, and I could, all week long, I tried to make a contact with some of the local nets that I check into, or not really local, but some of the nets I check into, and some of them could hear me, some of them I need a relay on, but these guys could hear me. I mean, you had to listen, but they were listening. That's the whole thing. And the other thing is the antenna. You could have $50,000 radio sitting there, putting out, let's say, 100 watts, just standard 100 watts. That's wonderful. And it'll do everything on receive you want it to do and more. You can't even figure it out. But it only puts out 100 watts. And if your antenna is not efficient, Guess what?
Yep.
I'm a
that is very
broadcast
true.
engineer, and we have to work on ERP, which means if we're let's say a 20,000 watt station, our transmitter is not 20,000 watts. It could be 12,000 watts.
Yeah.
But you've got to figure out the dBi gain on your antenna, and that's all you can put out. So I mean, if we put out 12,000 watts, we say we're 20,000 watts. Yeah.
Right.
That's what we're putting out ERP. A little different on ham, but I just want to clear that kind of up. Both those things. Got to listen, and you got to have a good antenna.
Well,
I agree,
yeah.
and also the fact that during those weekends, there's more people that are out on the air and calling CQ, and
Yeah, I was just going to say that you got to do more than listen. And
right.
The key is transmitting and calling CQ. One of the reasons that the band sounds so dead all the time in between contests is that everybody's listening.
Right.
That,
Not talking.
during a contest, so many people are on calling CQ that every time there is a band opening, it's heard, and you can make the contact.
Yeah,
the openings are there many other times, but nobody's. What if you gave a band opening and nobody came?
I think somebody needs to
that's
investigate
the perfect point, and I think that's what Tom, you should get to your listeners, that you can't just listen all the time. You might listen and not hear anything, but if you don't call, nobody knows you're there. I guess that's the big thing, and thank you for making that point for me.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
the weekend they have this VHF contest. I don't know if somebody contacts the propagation people or not, but the bands really open up, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
for
I don't know what's
sure.
happening.
Well, and it's like you said with the antennas.
Is that an FCC controlled thing? The propagation must be, because when it's contest, they allow it to happen, and when it's not, they shut it down.
I'm sure there's people that would like to believe that. I always
well, thank you very much for
Russ.
having me in tonight, Katie. Yeah, wonderful. And Tom, thanks for picking me up. Sorry I couldn't get back to you tonight, but want to let you know I was on a legal radio station tonight and not a pirate.
All right. All right.
Thanks, Russ.
I'm glad you're legal. All right, Russ. Thanks for calling. All right.
All right, thanks.
Good night.
Bye now.
All right, 901-286-1116. If you have a telephone, give us a call. Would love to hear from you.
You know what I always find interesting is, I never make any qualms about the fact that I run power. I've got, many of you have seen Peekaboo. Well, she's not here tonight, but sitting on the amp behind me when we're on the radio, and I'll get on the air and call CQ and just end up running a pile up because it's Wyoming. And I'm always amazed that sometimes someone will just barrel right through the entire pileup. I'll pull them right out, and then they'll tell me they're running 5 watts. And I'm thinking to myself, and there's these other people that are running 1,000 watts like I am, or really coming in. But sometimes it's just a matter of timing. It's where they are, the propagation, and it's so it. I always say to people, I'm like, don't ever think you can't get through a big pileup because you're only running 5 watts or 50 watts, because it's also operator skill, it's your antenna, it's timing, and that's where, that whole listen first. So if you're in a contest, for example, and you're trying to work a particular station, listen before diving into the pileup. Listen to how the person who's running the pileup, how they're running their pileup, and get their groove a bit, and then you can kind of figure out your timing to dive in there, and then, you can make those contacts. And I think, particularly people that are running QRP, that's what they enjoy, is the challenge of making these contacts with such few watts. And I think that's one thing that, Dwayne's always joking, life's too short for QRP, but I think, it's one thing I'd actually like to try, because I think I like the idea of the challenge of it, and saying, yeah, I just made a contact to, Tanzania on 3 watts or something. I think that's kind of cool. And you've done that quite a bit, haven't you, Rich? You've run quite a bit of QRP.
Not as much as I'd like to, but yes,
right.
It's really a great challenge, and the feeling of accomplishment when you do make a really far away contact is really significant. I mean, my best DX so far was a station in Slovakia on 30 meters with a half a watt.
Oh, wow.
it came out to something like 4,000 miles per watt or something like that, or maybe even more.
Yeah.
So, it's not a great challenge to work Slovakia with a kilowatt.
Right,
But
exactly.
a
How about
half a
on the
watt?
telephone?
Yes.
We've got a caller. Who's on the phone?
Oops.
Oh, am I on?
Yeah,
This
who's
is,
on there? Who is that?
N30AW, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
N3.
Bob?
Give me that again.
N30AW, Bob, and N3RCH. Mary's with me here from Pennsylvania.
We know
Okay.
Bob and Mary. Hi, Bob and Mary. Saw them at,
Yeah, how you
at
doing?
Bob
Hamvention
and Mary.
this
Okay,
year.
great. Glad to have you on.
Yeah,
So,
we were just watching the show here.
so
and,
hey,
lot of
Bob,
good info.
are you? Is this kind of are you one of the new viewers, or you been with us a while?
Probably since Hamvention.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, before that, but that we made our presence known.
Good. So
Now
what are
we've
you
turned you
guys
into
doing up there,
regulars.
man? Yeah. How's
Yeah,
it seem-
I just wanted to mention Mary's been breaking some of these polyps lately. She worked a guy in Croatia the other day on 20. We just run a dipole and about 85 watts.
That's awesome. Way to go, Mary. See, you just got to keep at it. That's for sure.
Yeah,
And the 20 dB YL advantage.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, the YL advantage is, I think it's on RIA N2RJ's card, the YL dB gain, I think, or something like that. RIA, I think you're still in here in the chat room. You got to correct me on.
Yeah,
I have
you
your
can
card
run
upstairs in my office.
half a half a watt, and a YL. Get on there, you'll probably get an answer. So that's not
Right.
fair. Hey, Rich, I remember some article in some ham magazine at one time. It was probably an April Fool's deal. It may have been QS. I don't know where it was, but the guy had invented a box to change your voice to make it sound like a YL. I believe that was the deal, so you can make contacts. So, but I don't think it was a real box. I mean, they had it They showed it being marketing and everything, but it wasn't a real product here.
I'm thinking that's a April's Fool's joke.
Yeah,
but,
probably
or
The
article.
technology is probably there today to do it.
Well, yeah, but there
And
are
the other-
times, like during
The other
field day,
thing
they'll
we're
get the
doing, I'm
YL to
thinking
call
of doing
CQ.
is making an NVIS antenna for 80 meters and trying that out. I've been reading about that and I'm going to see how that works.
Well,
Well, that'll be
it'll
a
work
fun
good.
project.
And,
You guys going to do that together?
Yeah, I think I don't have to jump so high for that one.
What are you planning? I mean, a full wave loop is great for that. What are you planning?
Well, it's probably going to have to be a dipole. I live in a half a double house here, and I just have I have a long property. It's about 300 feet long, but it's only about 50 feet wide.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just wanted to call and let you know we watch every week, and
Okay, great.
some days we don't get in right away. Tonight I tried to get in ahead of time here, so.
Okay, Bob and Mary. Yeah, thanks, man, for calling in. Good to hear from you.
And we plan on at least we're hoping to plan on watch you guys down in Huntsville. We want to watch you guys down in Huntsville.
You better.
Great.
So.
We've got more prizes already lined up than we had for Dayton. Now, Dayton was 2.5 days, 3 days long. Huntsville is only 1.5 days, and we got more prizes. So Hambot is going to be running nonstop, giving out prizes.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, we got another caller coming in on the phone. Hey, Bob, Mary, thank you so much for calling.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Good to talk to you again.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, who you got on the phone?
Hi, this is Rhea N2RJ.
Rhea.
Hey,
Hi, Rhea. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just heard my ears burning. I know Katie called me there.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to remember what your QSL card said about the YL gain on because I have your QSL card, but it's upstairs in my office.
Oh, yeah, that was Jeff K1NSS. He came up with that. He said YL as a kilowatt, and he's probably right.
That's what it was.
Several kilowatts.
Yeah. He has a terrific card,
Well,
that's
I
for
tell
sure.
you, Rhea has a beautiful station set up. Really nice. Actually, we featured it on the show here a while back. Very nice.
Yeah, and Rhea's throwing her name in the hat to run for an office with the ARRL for one of the division positions.
I saw that. There's
very exciting to see.
More thunder coming in that room here. Yeah, I saw that. Are you having like billboards made with your name on it? It's like I saw something. Was there an advertisement on a car or something like that?
No, most I have are banner ads on QRZ right now. Actually, no, that banner was on my car when I received it.
Oh, okay, I got you. I saw a picture of it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. That's what I use at Hamfest. It's a signage so people know to come to me and get. I have free candy at my table, so I bribe people. I don't bribe them to vote. I bribe them to come talk to me and tell them why they should vote.
Yeah,
it's always good to have candy at your table at a Hamfest, right, Rich?
Yep, absolutely.
Especially mints. You always want to have mints available.
Oh, I always have mints. Yeah,
that's
great. But anyway, no, what I wanted to tell people was I'm preparing for the YLRL convention, which is starting off on Thursday night and going through Friday and Saturday. And I don't know if Michelle is on, but we're going to have we're going to have a few good speakers. We're going to have an actual rocket scientist talking at our banquet convention banquet, and we're also going to have myself, Andrea, and we're going to have talk about the expedition, and we're going to have get-togethers and Elmira sessions, and it's going to be great. So it's a really fun weekend. I've heard of quite a lot of people signed up, so looking forward to it in Oklahoma City.
So,
That's
hey,
great.
Rhea, tell us about your new 40-meter beam.
It's not so new, actually. It's been up there since 2007. It's basically just a stepper, though. It's a stepper Monster IR. It's full size, fully extended. It does 40 meters, 3 elements, and it does 3 elements on 30 meters as well. So it performs pretty well, I would say.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, pretty well is an understatement.
Pretty well. Yeah, it's loud, okay? But I don't want to say that.
Rhea's racking up the awards in her shack, that's for sure. She's a very active operator. I'd be surprised if you guys don't have her in your log somewhere along the way, but she's a great operator and a great mentor for other YLs and other hams in general. And it's a real honor and a privilege to be friends with Rhea and see how much she does for the ham community. So really glad to have you call in tonight, Rhea. Thank you.
Yeah, Katie, but I've said the same thing about you because I've watched you since you joined ARRL as a staffer, and I've always admired your spirit because you came from nothing, basically. You didn't know anything about ham radio, and you grew up so much in the hobby. I'm really proud of you.
Oh, thanks. It's an amazing hobby. I always say that to people, and you can have your ups and downs with it, and sometimes you back away a little bit for one reason or the other because life gets in the way. But like I said, it always sticks with you. If you get hooked into it, it's with you forever, right? And I've only been a ham for 12 years. Yeah, like 12 years. I mean, you guys have been hams for like 87 years each or something, right, Rich?
Absolutely.
I couldn't resist
I heard
that.
they
I
went
was
to
a ham
Hamfest with
before I was born,
Right. It is. It's a great hobby and service. Obviously, there's a lot of neat things that are happening, and again, I think it was Kay Craigie, KN3N, a former president of the league, who used to say in some of her speeches when you'd get to hear at a convention, say, if, and I may be misquoting Kay, it may have been somebody else, but she says, if you're bored with ham radio, you're just not trying because there's always something new to learn. There's always new technologies happening. And you can't possibly be doing everything there is possible to do with ham radio. And so, if you're getting bored with one aspect, try something else. Oh, that was Brian. Oh, N5ZGT apparently came up with that one. So sorry about that.
Yeah, and no problem. I've tried a number of different things in ham radio. I mean, so my first transceiver was a kit transceiver from the IARU that was given to me by one of the local elders. So I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago, and we didn't have a lot of money for ham equipment. So they gave us, they gave out these little transceiver kits which were donated by IARU that we had to build and use on CW, and then, when we get some better, we give them back fully built. So I did that. I've done the building. I've done WinLink for a time being. Actually helped out my friend Irvin, 9 Yankee 4, India Bravo November. I've done VHF, UHF. I've done HF. I've done contesting. I've done mobile. I dabbled in amateur television, slow scan, digital. I even gave a presentation on Joe Taylor digital modes at Dayton for Ward Silver this past Hamvention. And, I've done a lot with Flex Radio in terms of helping people set up their radios and stuff like that. So, I've done a lot of things. Oh, and I built even software-defined radio kits too. SoftRock, the $10 SoftRock. That's my first introduction.
Good grief.
So, pretty.
What a slacker.
A lot of stuff.
Well, you definitely have, you definitely set a great example, Rhea. You're not just, talking about it, but you're doing it, and you teach, which I think is really great. And when you give, presentations or helping people with the radios, it's, it makes a big difference. And I think that's what counts in this hobby is taking the time to help other people. And, people tend to get caught up with some of the negativity things, but you know what, when you take a look at that versus all of the good things that are happening, if you don't pay attention to the few little niggly-naggly people complaining, there's so many good things happening with ham radio and the people in the ham radio community that, it just outweighs all of the periodic negative stuff. And it's, if we all just keep working together and keep on the air so that we can keep our frequencies, that's what's really important. And of course, have fun.
Go ahead, Katie. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what else we got to keep. We got to keep new people coming in, like Ruth. I'm so proud of Ruth. Ruth, winning the award, and she's just been winning everything. I mean, she's amazing. Yeah. I mean, she is the future of ham radio, I think.
I agree.
I mean, I'm already a certain age, and I'm ready to pass on the torch on a lot of things, even though I'm still growing in the hobby. But she is just starting out, and she's doing so many amazing things. I really wish that she'd go far. I see the league girls and the league kids. Yeah. They're doing amazing stuff too. I really want to see them grow in progress too. We need more of that, I think.
I agree. Yep. Just we need to be able to. It looks like Tom's got a storm rolling in. Sorry, squirrel. Looking at the screen there. But yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think the more that we can step out and be there for them and help them along, and and the new people aren't necessarily just kids. So it's it's going to be young adults right. And all ages. So we got to make sure everybody who's new into the hobby that we welcome them and help them and that's, what I'm trying to work on around here. And summer's just escaping me, and I'm getting nowhere with my plans to work on my club stuff other than, working on getting a list together. So, I talk about it, but it's a lot harder to actually put stuff into action. But I think as long as you have the intent and interest, then you just kind of keep at it. And that's, that's where I'm at. I'm just going to keep going at it and do what I can to do to keep people going and get people interested and share the joy and the fun of it. And, that's why I do this show, because it's fun. And it's, we've got our little community here that we've built, and everyone likes to participate, and you get to learn some stuff, have some fun. And, that's what it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. At least that's my opinion for what it's worth.
Yeah, no, I think this is a hobby truly for everyone. And I do really appreciate all the work you and Tom and Rich and Riley and all the guests here do. And, keep on keeping on. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Rhea. Thanks for calling in.
I'm going to finish up my last minute stuff here.
All right. That was N2RJ. Thanks for calling in, Rhea. I don't know if we lost Tom. He was showing a video of a storm.
I'm here.
Okay.
I was just, let's see.
You went off camera, so I was worried we might have lost. Well, we're at the top of the hour, so we're...
Yeah, we are.
We can wrap it here. I can go watch the rest of my TV show.
That's not what I wanted. You got a TV show coming on? Here we go.
Now we're looking at
I'll show you what's... Let's see.
Is that you? Who's got the train? Is that you?
You know
Rich?
what? That train is here, and it's probably 2 miles away.
Actually, I think it's my train.
Oh, is it?
Probably.
Or the same time.
Yeah, looks like Huntsville.
But, we just had one go by.
Looks like Huntsville's getting quite of a good little storm. It's picking up there. One kind of moving into our area here. Oh, well. Okay. Hey, everybody. Let's just take about a 1-minute break here, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
It's time to get the transceiver that's best suited for your lifestyle. Icom offers a variety of high-performance and innovative products. See how you can make the most out of contest season with one of these transceivers. The competitive edge you've been looking for is in the IC7851. Raise the bar and hear what others cannot hear with this flagship HF 50 MHz transceiver. It has reciprocal mixing dynamic range, crystal clear local oscillator, spectrum scope, dual receivers, and a digital voice recorder. The IC7610 is the SDR every ham wants, and just in time for contesting season. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out the faintest of signals even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. The new Icom 7610 is a direct sampling software-defined radio that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has direct RF sampling, 110 dB RMDR, an independent dual receiver, and dual digiselect. The IC7300 has changed the way entry-level HF is designed. This high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design will far exceed your expectations. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope, and an SD memory card slot. Visit icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on Icom radios.
Before you put me on live.
Don, we're back live here. Hey, Don, send me an email. You got my email address. Send me an email, and I'll work with you.
I can get it off QRZ, right?
Yeah, I'm on QRZ. Send me an email, and I'll work with you on that. And it won't be a problem.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And hey, Don. So what else is going on? What else is going on in your life here? Anything?
Well, I mean, I was just, it's like I keep taking care of my dad. He just turned 93 earlier this month.
Yeah.
But last year he started having health problems, so now it's like a 24/7 deal. Is to keep up with him. And in fact, I just came back. It was a little while ago. He was ringing the bell for my help.
Yeah.
So I just came back upstairs.
Well, I'm glad you could join it. At least be able to join in. Are you able to get on the air at all, Don, for a little break?
Every once in a while, I have an FT450 in my bedroom, and it's in. I got a bunch of antennas outside, so I have enough to select from. But like I said, whenever he rings the bell, I got to run.
Oh, sure. Well, I know you're in. You usually watch the show on Tuesday nights, so I'm glad you can join us, and it's nice that you're able to be there for your dad. It's certainly a thing that everybody's facing along the way with parents as they get older.
You know what? It's happening to all of us. Actually, we're all getting much older now, especially me.
Yeah, and the thing is, I now have to consider myself a senior citizen because I'm 65 now.
Oh yeah. Well, look, hey Don, just send me an email and we'll discuss it there, and I'll take care of you. Okay.
I will do that, Tom, and I thank you.
All right, thank you,
man.
Thanks
for calling, Don.
All right, take care, Katie.
Bye-bye. Are we getting some thunder here too?
Tell you what, we'll.
Because we got some thunder coming our way too.
Do you?
I thought we were going to get away with no storms tonight, but apparently
they just pop up so fast everywhere, and then they're gone.
They do. You would think they would out here. You can see for miles, and you would think you could see a storm coming, but sometimes they seem to kind of roll in from weird directions periodically, and the way our little neighborhood is in this little scoop in the mountain, all of a sudden you see blue skies, and all of a sudden this huge monstrosity of a cloud comes.
Yeah. Well, my son Chris, he may be in here tonight, AC5CM. But anyway, he went out to San Diego for a few days this week and came back. And if you saw the movie, it's Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. That's basically what he had to put up with trying to get home. All the flights were canceled. They were delayed. He rented cars. And as he was driving into Phoenix to catch another flight, one of those storms hit, like 75-mile-an-hour winds, and a dust storm came through, he said. And I saw it on the Weather Channel earlier today.
Yeah. My nephew lives down in Tucson, and he's had been posting some photos about all the weather that's been going on down there with those sandstorms. And I know some of their hams down there, so periodically you've been seeing some of those photos crop up on Facebook, and they're scary. It makes me think of that movie, The Mummy, I think it was, where the sandstorm would build up, and it's just kind of scary.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, guys, we're not going to keep the show on too awful long tonight. It's a little after 9. I might open Hangout in a minute, but let's take one more call, one or two calls. It's just 9 o'clock. We've been at it an hour. And, hey, if you got anything for us, hey, give us a call, 901-286-1116.
I'm impressed.
What was that?
Oh, I'm impressed we've managed to pull this off for an hour.
Yeah.
Just making it up as we go.
That's right. That's right.
It's a good thing we're not too shy about talking.
Yeah, maybe we ought to just have a talk show,
Yeah.
Yeah.
WA7. I know.
What was that, Rich? What?
I said, do hams like to talk?
I don't know. It looks like they're pretty shy right now.
Somebody asked if I was
Martin will probably
still
be back
29.
with us next week. I know Riley will be back next week and answering some of the FCC questions. We had a good question come in this week, and he's got an answer for the people. Let's see. Again, if you're listening to us on the international shortwave station WBCQ, send us an email, tom@w5kub.com. That's tom@whiskey 5 kilo uniform bravo.com. Let us know where you are and where you're hearing it and what our signal report is. But, WBCQ it's got some directional antennas, and it's not heard all over the U.S., particularly in the Midwest. That's really not in your footprint. They're aimed more at Mexico City. All shortwave stations have to have an international point that they're designed for. So their antennas are set up to, focus on Mexico City. Off the back, we get some reports from England. We are getting some reports from Costa Rica down here. And, of course, up and down the East Coast, we are hearing, people are hearing the station there. Some nights I can hear it, some nights I can't. That night Emmett was on, he tuned it in right there on the show, and it was actually pretty loud up in St. Louis.
Oh, interesting.
901-286-1116. This is the last call.
This has been fun tonight.
Yeah, and Katie, they're all wanting to talk to you and Rhea. We're going to have to try to figure out when we can get you on and let everybody know.
Yeah, I'll make sure. I think next week I actually probably can. When I leave here, I'll go up and write it on my calendar and work, because that way I'll remember, because it'll be in front of me in my desk. Bye,
all
Jeff.
Right. Somebody place, if somebody will post the link to Hangout in the chat room.
Oh, Bill did already.
He's already done it. Okay, I can copy it myself here.
Yep.
All you got to do is, if you got a camera, just click on that link, and you will join us on the show. Your video will be on the show. We can take up to 10 people. It's kind of like sitting around, it's actually a round table. It's like sitting around the coffee table, and we never know what we're going to talk about. We'll talk about airplanes. We'll talk about doctors. We'll talk about ham radio. We'll talk about anything.
Kind of like tonight's show.
Kind of like tonight's show there, yeah.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. And I'm starting to get a little hungry again, but I've ate some. Hey, Rich, I was telling Katie, I lost 3 pounds today working in the yard. 3 whole pounds, man. But when I came in, I ate 2 peanut butter sandwiches. I just gobbled them down, man. And then I had some supper. So I don't know what that's going to do to me, but I'm still kind of
itching. Unless the sandwiches were, a pound and a half each, I think you're okay.
Well,
that's what I was thinking, yeah.
I don't know if it works that way, man. I'm not sure.
It's probably you probably sweated it all out, and then tomorrow you'll have gained 4 pounds or something ridiculous.
If you guys
like
missed the show last week, we had the dead possums on here last week. KM4QBC, one of the dead possums, and we had some great music and some singing that opened the show and it closed the show. And Jeff is in the chat room there, so. I'm looking forward. We're going to go back over to North Carolina about Thanksgiving, and I'm already getting the dead possums together to come over to the house, and I'm going to cook hamburgers and hot dogs and invite everybody in town. that we can find. So if any hams out there are in North Carolina that want to come by our house, plan this. I gave a talk to the Jackson County Amateur Radio Club, and we had a couple people inquire. They were going to drive maybe a couple hundred miles over to the club meeting that morning, but nobody made it. So anyway, the club,
I think it would be great
was,
to include that on the show more
Yeah,
often.
the club-
you know,
the
use
club
that to
was there.
close it out or something. Maybe they'll
Yeah,
do a song
yeah.
just for you. They were great.
Did the
and
peanut
look
butter
forward
stick
to-
to the roof of my mouth? Nope. That 1 gallon of Coca-Cola washed it down. Let me tell you, man. You've seen
Sounds
what
good.
Coca-Cola does to like battery terminals and stuff. If you got any peanut butter stuck in your mouth, boy, that Coke it'll take it right down, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're gonna go to Hangout. Hey, Rich, thanks so
Right.
much for joining
Yeah.
us tonight.
I'm glad I could stick around.
Yeah.
That was fun. Thanks,
We'll
Rich.
we'll see you in a couple weeks down at Huntsville.
Yep.
Thanks for the CQ prizes. We're going to give away some CQ subscriptions. Katie, I wish you were going to be there. You're just going to have to tune into the show.
I will. I'll
Okay.
hang out on the Hangouts. And thanks for
All right.
another fun evening. Thanks everybody for watching and everybody who was in the chat room tonight. It was lots of fun in the chat, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to leave the phone number up, and if people don't want to connect through Hangout with video, they can still call the phone number, and we'll just patch everybody together. It'd be
Sounds
a big
good.
smorgasbord of people, you know. All
All
right.
right, I'm out
All
of
right.
here.
All
See
right.
you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you. All right, so let's see if we can get Hangout started. See who's on Hangout tonight. I'm not going to stay very long. I am getting hungry, and I shouldn't be, because I've already had too much to eat, but we're going to try it anyway. A lot of thunder is still outside. They're about to, like Glenn Popel said in the chat room, they're about to get the rains. They're dropping them in close right now. A person did ask in the chat room about the remote based software I mentioned earlier. It's called Pocket RxTX. Pocket RxTX. Just do a Google search. The developer, his name is Dan. He's in Romania. He's a YO call. And Dan's going to be, he's just releasing this to be tested. The new version's got a lot of new features to it. We're going to have Dan on the show here real soon, live from Romania, to talk about the Pocket RxTX. And it works great. I'm going to be using it. When I go to Huntsville, I'm going to be using it a lot down here. All right, so let me join here. Let's see what we got going here. I don't see anybody in Hangout. I don't think I see any. Is somebody there? Who's there?
I'm here, Tom.
Okay, no picture. I don't see a picture. Is that Bill?
Yeah, it's on now.
Okay, there you go. All right, there we go. We got Bill in there. We got Bill in there from Massachusetts, all the way from Massachusetts has joined us there. WZ1L. Phone line still
Good
open.
evening, everybody.
901-286-1116. Give us a call. We'll patch your audio in. Where's everybody tonight, Bill? What's going on here? This is not very common that we only have one person.
Well, I don't know. Maybe everybody. I noticed that there was quite a few people missing. Who is it? Mike KEA that or he wasn't there. Jeff and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Bill 2. Haven't seen Bill 2 in a while. Maybe he's still don't know.
We're gonna have to revoke Bill 2's web license. He hadn't been on here in a while. I mean, he's logged in, but I haven't seen him in a while. Uh-oh, the lights just blinked. We may have a power failure here any second, guys.
Oh Lord.
I don't know if y'all saw a blip or not, but well, the equipment here is running on UPS, and the internet's running on UPS. So I'm having some capacity issues on my UPS. I've got it running my office, my ham shack, the webcast, my TV, the internet, all that's on UPS. I've got some majorly large batteries, but right now I've gone to some smaller batteries, and I can only get about an hour and a half out of my UPS system. My big batteries have gone bad, so I'm gonna have to replace those. Okay, we got Gregory there. Gregory joined. Let's see.
Yeah, we just launched it.
Let me get this bottom line off here. You guys didn't see the lights blink here, did you? So the lights went out. The show stayed on, but the studio lights and my overhead lights went out, and then they came back on.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Let's.
Jeff wants to know if he needs a camera for Hangout. You can use your tablet. You can come in to Hangout without a camera. We just won't see you. We'll have your audio if you want to come in that way, Jeff.
I think he went away.
Did he? Bugging out. Okay. Good night, Jill. Jeff, I saw. Oh, okay. Jeff said he saw the lights flash. Let's see. I got a flashlight in my pocket, so I'm good. I'm thinking about putting in a home generator here. We've had so many outages this past month or so. We're thinking about just putting in a natural gas home generator here. I don't know. Something's ringing.
Well, I bought one. I bought a portable generator just about a month ago.
Yeah.
So 5,000.
Yeah.
All I needed for was lights and maybe a portable heater or something like that.
Well, I've got a 8700. I got a 8750, and it'll run typically the whole house. Although I don't run the air conditioner with it, and I won't run the electric range. I've got gas heat. But I need to run the blower motors with on generator, and it works fine. So I've got I got gas hot water, I got gas heat. That generator I've got it set up where it'll power the entire house. So
there we go. I was fighting my mic and headphones a little bit.
You got it there. You got it.
Good evening, Greg.
Good evening, Tom. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Now let's see. Where are you, Gregory?
I am in Charleston, South Carolina.
That's right. South Carolina. Okay. Tom, I'm less than 1 block from the railroad crossing. Okay. And you get 7 to 10 trains a day. Boy, I tell you.
Oh Lord.
I've got a friend that just built a new big house out in the country, and I don't know if he knew or not, but man, he built that sucker real close to the railroad, and that train comes through about 10 times a day, and it is loud, blowing its horn. I guess that's a horn, isn't it?
Is that Amtrak there, Tom?
The what?
I said, is that the Amtrak train that comes into Memphis?
Well, I don't know. I think it's just freight trains. I don't know if an Amtrak comes that way down that line or not. I think there's an Amtrak that runs north and south. Like New Orleans, Memphis, and then north. I'm not sure about to the east how it gets there.
Okay.
So hey, Greg, did you check in the net tonight?
Yeah, I was on the net.
I thought so.
KG4GEK.
Yeah. I thought so. In fact, you had a pretty loud signal tonight, man. I think a couple weeks ago you were down at the noise. It's funny how one time you're down at the noise, another time you sound like you're running a big amp.
Well, sometimes I'm on the Icom 751, and other times I'm on that little Ubidex putting out about 10 watt.
Oh yeah. I haven't. I finished my that microbix, but BITX, but I haven't. Well, I need to wire the microphone circuit up on it, but I really haven't used it. I built a couple of the BITX 40s, and
I've
Rich
had a
was,
ball with that thing.
yeah, Rich was talking about miles and QRP and number of miles. I made 3 contacts on my BITX 40, running five. I don't even know if it was running 5 watts. And all 3 contacts were South Africa from here on voice on 40 meters. And I've got a video up on our channel that shows that contact. The guy was barreling in here loud, clear. Of course, if you ever listen on 40, that guy's on a lot of nights, and he is strong from South Africa, man.
Yeah, I've heard him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done crossed the pond several times, single sideband on the Ubidex, and I've gone as far as Russia on digital modes.
Yeah. Well, I need to get back and try to get the digital stuff going again. I'm trying to set up over here for it. I need to learn it. I've been out of the digital stuff for many years, and I just got to get set back up, because one of the things I want to do on the show is I want to show people, and I just like to accomplish it on my bucket list, is to make a contact, by bouncing a signal off the moon, the EME. And I mean, I with low power, well, when I said low power, with 100 watts, it's possible now with 100 watts and maybe a 12 element Yagi, 2 meter Yagi, and running JT65, I think it's JT65B. That combination will let you work some of the big guns. You won't work a little weak station, but you will be able to bounce the signal off the moon and work. So I need to get in there and learn JT65 and get it set up. And I've got a long Yagi I can borrow here. I'll get Martin to get me one of those Mirage 2 meter amplifiers with the preamp in it. And we'll try to do a show one night and try to do some EME. Man, I hear the wind is blowing. It's either blowing or the rain is coming down outside right now. Let's see what the radar looks like here.
Yeah, something's playing havoc with your internet connection.
Is it? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. We almost lost power. And I tell you, this neighborhood is so easy to lose power. We've lost it so many times here recently. Let's see what this looks like here. You can see Memphis, right? You can see the mouse. There's Memphis right there. There's we're right there. You guys seeing that?
Oh yeah.
We're right there, and you can see there's a little red blob right there fixing to kind of come in here. Let's see if I can zoom in.
I was going to say, if you're out there near Memphis, yeah, you're getting a lot of lightning.
Yeah, that's
that just
let's see what
that comes with the territory.
Let's see what this looks like right here. Looks like a lot of rain. It's fixing to be moving through here. That's midnight tonight. Let's see. We're right there, and you can see there's a little red blob right there fixing. All right, there we go. That's now. That's now.
You're out there near Memphis. Yeah, you're getting a lot of lightning.
Yeah, that's
that just that comes with the territory.
Let's see what this looks like right here. Yeah, let me get this. It's like a lot of rain. Be moving through here. Huh. Yeah, I hear stuff kind of bending and snapping and everything outside right now. You're right here. And you can see there's a little red blob right here. All right. So Gary, Gary, you're getting a lot of Gary, you need to mute the show.
Gary, you're gonna have to mute the sound from the W5KUB if you're still watching the broadcast.
I hear stuff kind of bending and snapping and everything outside right now. So Gary, drinking coffee. You need to mute the video. Mute the video on the show. We're getting feedback from you.
Gary, the W5. Shut the audio off from W5KUB if you're here in Hangouts. It's having problems.
figured out. So go to the video window. Go to the video window and click the little player button and stop the video.
Yeah. Set the audio off from W5KUB if you're hearing Hangouts.
The video feed. You need to close that window.
Did he?
I'm not sure what I was going to do here. I might have to shut this down.
Hey,
Oh, you're
Gary,
fine
My
now.
first time on this.
Yeah, Gary.
You're fine.
Just the video feed for the show. You have to turn that audio off. You have to mute the speaker on the show audio because it's delayed by 30 seconds. It looks like you've done it. We're not hearing it now.
Yeah, he went away.
Oh, did he? Okay. Yeah, boy, there's some wind blowing out there, and I'm hearing little, bends and cracks and stuff. And hey, I spent 4 hours picking up sticks and stuff out of the yard today, guys.
Now you get to do it again tomorrow.
Probably so, man.
You can lose another 3 pounds.
Man.
Hey, Teresa.
Howdy, howdy.
There's Teresa.
Yeah, sorry I'm coming in
Stuck
late.
there, Tom.
Yeah. Let's see what happened here.
It was nice hearing Rhea call in to the show today.
Yeah, it's really roaring outside. Hopefully that's just wind.
Well, yeah, she's up there in New York, right? Yeah. Into RJ? Yeah. Oh.
Well, we could pretend the weather's nice outside, and
There you go.
Yeah.
Tom,
That's a good one, Tom.
That's a good one. Now, Bill, hey, 10 months out of the year, this is Bill up there in Massachusetts, man, right here.
Oh my God! Oh yeah! That's me.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd kind of take that right now. We've had almost a month straight of 100 plus every day.
Yeah, it's been kind of like that here. Today was a little cooler, actually. It was cloudy.
And that's funny. Charleston's usually just hotter than blazes when it comes to summertime, and it's been a real mild summer here.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
I mean, I
haven't been down that way in, oh God, what? At least 20 years. I mean, I was in the military rolling back and forth between Florida and Virginia and what have you there, along with a few outside U.S. type posts. But I mean,
Oh, yeah, I spent quite a bit of time in Norfolk.
So, hey guys, right in the middle of the picture, I got the little red hang up button and the mic and stuff. I thought it was supposed to go off the screen. Let's see. Are y'all seeing? Y'all have the same problem I got?
Right now on my screen, you're stuck with a close up of Bill, and then when you're talking, your camera's gone. It's just your little icon.
Move your mouse out of the video window and it'll go away.
Well, okay, it's out now. A minute. It looked like it went away a minute ago, but it came right back. Oh, let me try it in different places.
It's tied to the mouse. You start moving the mouse and it pops up.
Yeah, okay. So the mouse at the
take the mouse completely outside the video window.
The tops of the sides don't do it. The mouse has got to be at the bottom. There. Well,
you got it full screen too. There you go.
It's got to be at the bottom center. It's got to be.
The trick is don't move it.
Yeah, there it is, right there. There it is. Man, I'm hearing all kinds of funny sounds outside. Sound like alarms going off.
Yeah, I keep hearing different stuff in the background that I figure is coming from the weather.
Well, Teresa?
Well, it could be my 9,000 BTU air conditioner portable unit that's in the living room over in the corner. I tried to stifle it, but
That could be adding to it a bit.
So Teresa, you getting ready to go to Huntsville?
Yeah, I'll go next week back to Houston for a couple of days, come back home for a week, and pack up. And Mom's got a doctor's appointment on Wednesday, and we'll probably leave Thursday for Dayton. Or not Dayton, but Huntsville.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, we like it so much. We're going 2 days early. Hey, what do you think about that?
Oh,
we're going 2
I'd
days.
love to do that.
We're going to go 2 days early and just.
Where are you at, Teresa?
Houston. Well,
Houston, okay.
Technically, I'm in Mineral Wells, but my mother is in Kingwood, which is just north of Houston. And unless she is in so much pain she can't stand it, she's going. She demands that she goes, so I'd be leaving from Houston.
Yeah. Well, you may have to tie her on top of the car. Just stretch her out up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
Mom,
it's going close to 9:30. I think I'm gonna get out of here, and we'll see you next Tuesday. And
yeah, I got a little bit of programming to do on a SWR meter I'm building with an Adreno.
Oh yeah.
See if I can get that wrapped up tonight.
That'd be cool.
Just getting a little bit of calibration done on it. I got it all working.
That would be cool. I wish I knew more about it. I'm not a programmer type person, to do that. I've got some remote antenna tuners I built that have got little motors on them, to turn the capacitor and the inductor. It'd be cool to hook that to some type of Arduino where it tunes them for the lowest SWR, kind of automatically.
Yeah. I've done
Yeah.
years and years and years of programming for industrial automation. So these little Adrenos and stuff just are real easy for me.
Cool, man.
Because
Cool.
they work on the same concepts.
Yeah. Well, I didn't touch my mouse and that thing came back up in the center there. Look at that. I didn't touch it. The mouse is still down there at the bottom where it was.
It just likes you.
Let me roll the mouse.
It's got to come up and say hello.
Yeah. Oh, see, it went away and it came right back. Oh, man.
what did you
All right. Well, look, guys, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Hey, enjoyed talking to everybody tonight. Had a good hangout. And,
all right, Tom, I got to get to.
Yeah, we'll see you
Have
next
a
week.
good evening.
I've got a dog that's demanded water after we made a 2-mile hike.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, we're about ready to close this thing down.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
Okay, I've lost the internet connection on the chat room. So
You're the man!
I was going to say goodbye to
Been looking
everybody
for
in
this
the
for
chat
weeks.
room, but I have no chat room. So say greetings to everybody. We had a good time tonight with you. Thanks a lot for watching tonight. We'll see you next Tuesday. Check in the Roundtable net. It comes on before the show Tuesday if you can. 73. We'll see you later.